Hello and welcome. This is Kathy Bradley with Kathy Bradley and the Angels. And thanks so much for coming in and spending a few minutes of your time. I wanted to do this little introductory video because a lot of people have questions about the angels. And so I'm going to be having a free workshop coming up, and all the information is going to be down below. And the first thing that I want to share with you is everybody has their own guardian angels. There's nothing that you need to do to deserve it. There's nothing that you can do to have them go away. It's not like you're good enough or bad enough or deserve enough or worthy enough. It's a God-given gift that God has given you, so that they are always with you 24/7. This is their job and this is their joy. So how does it work then? Most people aren't even aware that they have angels, or if they are, they really don't know how to connect and communicate with them. So this is going to be a brief little tutorial about how simple it really is. Okay, so God gave us free will. Because of that, we actually have to ask and invoke the angels' help. Otherwise, it would be against our free will. So the first thing that you need to do, number one, is to ask the angels for help. Now, you're going to say, well, how do I ask them? Do I have to speak it, or do I have to write it, or do I have to pray it? It can be any of the above. You can actually sing it, you can think it, you can write it. Any which way, just as long as your intention is, angel, please help me. And it can be for your guardian angel to come to you. It could be for archangels to come to you if you work with certain archangels. It's really any and all of the above. It's just you giving your permission, because you have free will, for the angels to assist you. Then the second step is, so you've asked the angels for help, you've given them permission, right? The next thing is to be open to receive. So what you're doing is, it's almost like you're writing out, please, angels, please help me with, and then you'd give them the situation that you'd like help with. Whether it has to do with you or another person or a situation, whatever it may be that's weighing heavily upon you. So let's say you were to write it down. Then you would feel like the next step is the surrender. You're putting the letter in an envelope and you're handing it off. You're surrendering it. No need to think about it. No need to put in any extra energy there. You're allowing, you're surrendering the angels to work on it on your behalf. I love the statement that Einstein said, which is, thinking the same thing over and over again doesn't get you different results, right? I think he has it as the definition of insanity, as a matter of fact. So the definition of insanity is thinking over the same things over and over again and expecting different results. So what you're doing is you're connecting with the mind, the universal mind, and the angels, and you're allowing them to take it. And take a nice deep breath as I say that. It's like a weight that's lifted off your shoulders, right? God and the angels don't want you to worry. Worry is a very lower, heavy energy. If you were to tap into the energy, and everything is energy, so what you want to do is be light and happy and gay. And sometimes that can be challenging because of what you're going through. And yet if you speak it, you send it out to the angels, you surrender it. The third thing that you're going to do is you're going to listen. Listen to the angels. Now, you're going to say, well, sometimes I listen and I don't hear them. The angels come to you in a myriad of ways. And so sometimes they may come to you in a song. A song comes through for you and it's kind of like, when it hits a little switch there, that's your message from the angelic realm, letting you know. For example, let's say you're feeling lonely and all of a sudden a song comes through and it's letting you know that you're loved. Or one of the other great songs that I love is the Beatles, Imagine, right? It's tapping into that universal wisdom and life force, and we're tapping into the imagination and allowing it. And so that can help guide us as well. So it may come through, as I mentioned, song. It could come through a book that you're reading and you get the right message that you were looking for. And you may have been having that book on your shelf for the last 3 years and you didn't even notice it there. And when you needed it, it came to you. That's a message from your angels as well. Okay? Another one may be your clairaudience. You may be hearing the message coming through to you through another person. You're overhearing a conversation, or maybe your friend or your parent or somebody else comes through with a message and it resonates with you. That's the message as well. The fourth thing that you're going to do, once you get that message, you've listened, you've allowed yourself to be quiet, because when we're noisy, we can't hear it. One woman even told me that she never gets any messages. And then in the same breath, she went on to tell me about how miraculous it was that she found her old house in upstate New York, and how it took her from one step to another step to another step. And I laughed. I said, oh my goodness, well, that was the angels working with you. So very often we think of it as like a lightning bolt that's going to come down and give us information. And it really doesn't work like that. It works in how can they relate to you. What's the easiest way for you to receive that message? Okay, now the last thing is that you want to do, after praying, that was your first thing, you asked for the angels to come, then you surrendered it, then you listened to it. The last thing is taking action. So let's say they said, we'd like you to journal, or you got that message from reading a book and they talked about how important it is when you journal that you get additional information that helps you perhaps about your habits or your patterns, okay? The last thing that you want to do is take action. You are here in a physical body. No one else can do this for you. It's a co-creation, right? So in the beginning, you even had to ask for assistance. And now you're asking yourself to say, okay, how am I going to be taking part of this? It's not waiting for something to happen for you. It's you taking control. You're taking your power back. You're being embodied. That's why you're here in the physical body, to create whatever it is that you need to create to bring you peace, so that you remember the love that you are and the light that you are. Okay, so those are the 4 easy steps for you to connect with your angels, your guardian angels, ascended masters, and archangels. And the next one that I'm going to be doing is connecting with the archangels and how they can best help you. But that's it for today, and I thank you for joining us, and we're sending you blessings. And remember, the angels are there for you. Call on them and allow them to help you in creating a beautiful life for yourself.